Question number one. So what is event loop and how JavaScript handles asynchronous tasks? JavaScript handles waiting tasks in event loop. JavaScript's code run line by line, and when it sees code like even set timeout or face set timeout face is does not wait. It sends to the background. Then it runs. Then it's when it's done, it come back and run later. This is how JavaScript handles asynchronous tasks line by line. Second question is, what is a prototype chain? A prototype chain is how JavaScript finds properties and methods in object. Every object to a hidden link call another object, it's called prototype. If you are trying to use something that is not in the object, JavaScript looks in its prototype. If it's not found, it keep looking higher up it until it's find n. If nothing is found, it's defined undefined. This is how JavaScript use prototype. Third question is, how can you eliminate duplicate arrays from JavaScript array? To remove duplicate values from an array, the simplest method is set. Because a set only stores unique value. When you convert an array into a set, it automatically removes the duplicate value from the array. Another method is using filter with index of, where you only keep values where first index matches in the correct position. However, the set method is cleaner and efficient, so you can use it in any project, and this is the most easiest way. So not needs in time filters of index of. The next question is, what is prefacing in Next.js? Prefacing means in Next.js loading data in the background before the users click on the link. This makes navigation faster because the data is already loaded and the page is already ready to use. Next.js automatically prefaces the value that's linked with the link properties. So when the user clicks the links, the data loads in the backend and it's so two-way faster. The next question is, how can you handle client-side navigation in Next.js? In Next.js, client-side navigation in Next.js means moving from one page to another page, reloading the browser without reloading the browser. This makes the app faster and gives a smooth user experience, and similar to the single page application. In Next.js, the main way to handle client-side navigation is using link component instead of using HTML normally. And new page it's show the new page data without reloading the data. And there is another way to use this, the use router. So you can just call the use router hook and it's navigate the page. And the main benefit is show the page without reloading it. The next question is, explain how middleware works in Next.js. So middleware is a Next.js run. Middleware in Next.js run before a request reaches a page or API route. It works like a gatekeeper or something that checks the request first. So when the app is open, it's often used to check things like authentication, cookies, user access based on the checks, and it can allow the user to continue redirect them into the another page or block page access using the logic way right there. And middleware runs very fast because the execution of at the edge before rendering. It's simple terms. Middleware controls the what happens before a app's loading or user reaches the page. So how do we handle null and undefined in TypeScript? So in TypeScript, null and undefined are handled by using strict type checking and proper safeguards, or you can allow them in a variable by using union types and string null like this. And TypeScript also provides feature like optional chaining with like a quotational mark, and it's also help you to safely access parse properties without causing error if value is null or undefined. So another useful feature is nullish type, that is the two question marks which allow you to provide a provided default value when you something is null or undefined. Node it strict node enable mode enabled TypeScript force you to explicitly handle these cases, which helps prevents runtime error. The difference between interface and TypeScript is that both are used to define the structure of data, but they are used in slightly different way. So the next question is, what is the difference between interface and types? The difference between interface and type is TypeScript isn't both used to interface structure, but they are used in slightly different ways. An interface is mainly to describe the shape of object and supports feature like extending and merging. On the other hand, I need to show the question on time. That is, what is the interface? So, and interface is used for custom type declaration. Complex type in general interface are preferred for object structure, while type aliases are used when you need more advanced or flexible types definitions. That's called interface uses. Next question is, what is the difference between context API and Redux in React? So context API is built into React and its user for simple state sharing, and it across companies, it across components. It is easy to use but not ideal for large apps because frequently updates can cause performance issues. Redux is separate library for managing complex and large scale state. It's used as central store with actions and actions and reducers, making state sense more predictable and easier to debug. Its short context API is best for small apps, while Redux is best for the larger apps like industry standard apps. But today we don't use Redux. The next is, when comes the Redux is more down or not uses like this, but the next stage is uses for large application. That's why Redux is down in that side. The next question is, where a application where I use Redux and I faced some, where what is my experience. So my experience is, I previously a project called PH Healthcare. It is an doctor patient healthcare management project. I used here Redux. In this project, I when I connecting Redux with the Tanstack query or data fetching method, I don't able to properly connecting, because, and that's why I get some error, or that sometimes it's prefacing error or something like that. Or and another thing is, when I connecting with database, I first time I don't fix the proper error handling. That's why I get some error. That's I don't able to fix in easily, and when I fix this, that is too smooth.